Hey everyone, this is Alana,
And Vanita.
and this is Fabulous Girl Talk.
Yay.
Yeah, so welcome to, this video. We haven't made another one in a while now.
Oh my gosh, a very long time. So we're sorry, you guys, if you've been following us and you just happen to miss us.
Or
We're
whatever,
back.
yeah.
We're here to do this together.
Or if you wondered what happened, but it's we've just been really busy.
Oh yeah, we've been busy with a lot, and we're gonna discuss some of it tonight.
Oh yeah, going through a lot too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so what do you have there for us today?
Well, today, you guys, is a very controversial yet exciting topic, and it's the differences of men and women. We think very differently. I've been actually listening to a young lady. Well, she's not young. She's an older woman, an older, mature woman. Her name is Alison Armstrong. She has a YouTube video where she discusses literally how to get a woman to get what she needs from her man. And she tells you exactly how the man thinks. She tells you things to say in order to get what you need. She talks about things that women do. For example, if we want to get something, one of the examples she uses is that instead of saying, "Oh, excuse me," like, "Hey, can you buy me a flower? I really love that flower." We will be more like, "Oh my God, look at that flower. It's so beautiful. Oh, I wish I had a flower like that." Like, why even, go around in circles? And then the guy's like, "Oh, okay, cool. You like flowers." He's not thinking, "Oh, let me get her a flower because that's what she likes." So we try to make them think the way we think, and they don't think the way we think. They have a totally different mindset. So the book that I'm also reading, because I'm a psychology major, and I love studying relationships, especially the differences between men and women. And I am reading a book called Good Marriage. It is so awesome. I know it's backwards for you guys, but it is awesome. I just started it, and I am like, I think I'm 10 pages in.
Wow.
Oh, no. I'm 27 pages in.
27 pages? Oh yeah.
This book is awesome. Got it from the library. It was free, of course. And it talks about, actually, it's by Judith S. Wallerstein. She's a psychologist, and she pretty much goes through the different levels of marriages and what it takes to overcome them. She studied about 50 couples that considered to be in a very healthy and happy marriage. And some people were, come from second marriages. Some people have been married. I think 2 couples were married like 3 times. But they finally got to a place where they can say, okay, this is what I did right and this is what I did wrong to make my marriage last. And I think that's beautiful. A lot of people don't want to be alone. They want to be with someone. Yeah. So that's why we're doing this today. So that's an overview of what we're going to discuss. And yeah, definitely get the tools and the things that I'm saying. So we've both been through a lot lately.
Yeah.
And we've been having relationship problems.
The thing is that we can laugh about it now. And
we can.
It is funny like how we go through all these ups and downs, but the good thing is we always make it okay.
Exactly.
No matter what happens.
We end up figuring it out. So that's the main thing. So Alana, I'm going to give you the microphone.
Oh, thank you.
You've been through a lot, and then we'll go back to me, and then we'll go back with our tools that we've learned.
Yeah, well, for me, I won't say too much because I'm afraid that my mom and dad might see this too.
And yes, so same here.
There are some things I'd have to, I wouldn't say cover, but just,
you
I don't
can
have to
sugarcoat a little bit.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Just let's say, like, there have been some guys that I liked, that I really liked, and some of them have actually really liked me. Mm-hmm. But, let's just say that it never really worked out, because even though they say that they care about you, or that they said that, oh, they cared about me, they love me. Or whatever.
I love the word love.
And of course, like sometimes us as girls can be gullible enough to be like, sure, okay, cool, awesome.
Yeah.
Let's say a guy gives you a flower and that means eternal love, which that's what we think. But then in terms that could, not that we're trying to put down the men, the nice men, the genuine ones, cool.
Yes, I agree with you. Genuine men are awesome. We love you, we support you, and continue being strong and looking for that person who's going to give you the same type of respect. Yeah. We're talking about the other men.
Yeah, the men that are jerk faces and everything, and that have motives that are not good. Yeah. And will, of course, intentionally, or well, for them it's unintentionally, but for us it's intentionally you know, breaking
Sorry.
hearts and everything. But yeah, it's cool. But because it sucks, and I've had that done to me millions of times. But the good thing is, even though it hurts, I bounce back,
Yes.
and I thank my lucky stars that I have writing and singing to feel better, and to come back from, and to tell myself that everything will be okay, which they are, because you know,
Yeah.
like, how else are we here? Or am I here as well? to do
And
this
we're
video?
smiling and laughing
Yeah.
about it.
And laugh. Yes. Or having the giggles, which is
Yes,
good. That's a good
yes.
sign. Laughter is a good medicine.
Yes, it
So,
is
yeah.
beautiful.
So it's just, you know, like knowing that what I want to say is, you know, even though you've been brokenhearted a million times, especially one that you thought was going to be really, really the one, but you know, it's like you never really know until, let's say, actions do the talking, not just the talking of the talking.
Yeah.
Like that, like they say, walk the walk, talk the talk. And let's just say there are some that have
Did a
done the
lot.
walk, but then forgot, well, who have talked,
Yes,
but
there you
never
go.
walked. So let's just say I think they slipped on bananas and hit their head. So, yeah. So it's true.
It is so true.
So, yeah, because I tell them, like, oh, this is what I want, this is what I feel, this is what I like. And of course, they're like, okay, sure, yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, and then it's like, it's that classic saying, like, in one ear.
Out the
The
other.
other.
That's exactly what
So-
happens too. And you know what? Alison Armstrong touches on that. She's like, men literally have selective hearing. She's like, it's been proven. A guy in the back of his mind, or while a woman's talking to him, like for example, if he's playing video games, grown men play video games, whatever.
Yeah.
And you go, honey, you know, I was thinking, you know, we can go to that place that we went to last week, and we go this time on Friday, and literally, even if he's going, and he's looking at you, he doesn't hear anything coming out of your mouth. She literally said that in the back of his head, he's hearing wah 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 wah, wah. Like literally.
Yeah, like the Charlie
She-
Brown effect.
Yes,
Yeah.
literally. She said that there's a sound that happens and they don't realize it. So she says, really, they're not trying to be disrespectful, but they've learned that if I nod and say, yeah, that won't make me mad. I mean, it won't make you mad.
Yeah.
It won't get me in trouble. So we've encouraged that behavior by trying to get their attention when they're doing something.
Oh, yeah.
You just don't do it. But
She sounds like she knows how the man's mind works, even though
This-
physically I'm a...
yeah,
I hate to say this, but physically I'm a man myself, but then, of course, we all know I'm a total girl. I have my
you have a
girl
woman's
mind.
thinking.
Yeah, a
You-
woman's mind.
yeah.
And thinking and everything. So it's like, I don't understand how a
Man.
man's mind works.
Yeah.
So sometimes, even let's say, not that I'm trying to drag my dad into this one little thing, but it's just like, but of
Poor
course, and I love
dad.
my dad. It's just, I'm saying like sometimes I feel as though even if I tell him something, he'll be like, oh, it's alright, okay. I'm thinking to myself like, yeah, you didn't hear a thing I just said.
No, you're like, that's a waste of
It's
time,
okay.
actually. Same
So,
here.
but sometimes you listen, sometimes, I guess, like you said, like, guys have selective hearing.
Yeah, they
on that
really
part.
do.
So I guess my dad, instinctively, he's like, oh, you're having your woman crisis thing again, or girl thing going, or, you know, like, girl talk going.
Oh, yeah.
So, but then, even then, if I'm thinking to myself, like, when I see this expression, I'm like, I am talking to the wrong person, aren't I?
You're like, why did I try again?
Yeah, so that's kind of like what we go through as well, like, with men.
Yeah.
We're like, why do we even bother talking to you when you're only going to be like, yeah, okay, whatever, you know? And I'm just sitting there like, wow. And this makes me laugh because I'm thinking like, yeah, everything I just told you just went right out the window.
You're like, let me just laugh about it. I can't even get mad anymore because you get used to
Yeah.
it.
Like, you can
Like,
only
oh,
get
there's-
mad enough times to be like, you know what, screw it.
Yeah. Why even try, man?
Yeah, so it's just...
Guys are stressing us out, man.
Oh, yeah, and of course, like, I don't know if this is relevant.
Sorry.
But
Sorry.
it's good.
I got like a burst of frustration because I
Yeah,
thought about
and
all
I
the
understand
times.
that. I get that all the time, believe me. But
I'm back.
I don't know if this is relevant to... I think I told you this back in 2011 where... I'm not going to name names. But there
Okay.
was one guy that I was trying to impress. And I, of course, not that I'm trying to bring me down, but I was such an idiot enough to be like, I'm going to prep up in the morning just for him. Big mistake to me at that time, by the way. I made that huge mistake of like, I'm going
Aw.
to prep up for him. And I did. I put on lip gloss. I made sure everything was good. I showered, made sure that my hair was fine, even
You
though it
poor
was short.
child.
And afterwards, like, all he did was, like, I'm like, oh, hi, how are you? And he's like, oh, hey, what's up?
Yeah, and you're like, look what I did. Look at how I fixed myself up.
And I dressed extra girly.
Yeah, and he just didn't even bother saying anything.
And here's another thing. Some guys like it when a girl dresses up.
That's a big deal.
And some of them, and get this one, like, one of the guys that I dated, again, I'm not going to name names, but I will say the year, 2009. We were going to Pride, and I don't know, every time I tell him something about, like, oh, maybe I should prep up or primp up or something like that, his answer is, yikes.
What the heck? That's weird. I mean, okay, that's not weird, it's different.
Yeah, and I thought, like,
what?
I thought you'd like that. I'm doing this for you.
Yeah. So what do you think was really going through his head?
I had it that you're very, very girly.
Oh, okay, so it was more of a negative thing. It wasn't.
I guess he was, like, because we've known each other for this one. We've known each other for a long, long time. So I guess he got so used to the fact that I would have my tomboyish charm, or kind of be like, okay, cool, awesome, or plain Jane.
Yeah.
And once I mentioned, like, oh, I'm gonna get my nails done, or I want to get my nails done, or I want to, see if I can get all dolled up for you and everything. He kind of, like, just has that. I think what goes through his head when I say that is he's like, oh no, you're gonna become a totally different person, which I'm not a different person. Right. It's always been me. It's just I like dressing up. I was 22. That was the proper age to actually grow up. And I was growing up.
Yeah.
Things change. So I guess what he thought was, oh, I have a tomboy. That's good. But then when I mentioned, I'm going to get girly, he's like, oh, no.
He's like, I don't like you like that. I want you to be the way you are.
Oh, yeah. And I remember getting in this car, and I'm like, so, like, when we were, like, when he was picking me up, and I was like, hey, babe, look at my nails and everything. And he's looking at me, and he's all like, aye. Okay. I guess that's a nice word of thank you. And I'm like, okay, even if you don't like it. And I thought, like, even if you don't like it, you can at least just fake it and be like, oh, that's very pretty.
But see, they don't think like that.
Yeah.
And with a guy, everything's to the point, straight, honest, bam, boom. They don't like us running in circles, and we love doing that. We love, like, so, what do you think? And they're just like, oh, it's cool. And you're like, oh, he doesn't like it. Like, no, I said it looks good. I said it looks cool.
And I'm just going to say it, like, I'm not going to say anything, but because I live with my mom and dad. But then, even though I live with my mom, per se,
he didn't roll his eyes.
She's like, it's kind of like, sometimes I feel as though I'm talking to another boy when I talk to her. Like, I'll be like, oh, let's get our nails done together. Or, oh, let's do this together and everything. She'll just kind of be like, no, thank you.
I'll pass.
Yeah, or,
I'll go with you.
If I tell her anything like, oh, like, I like, something about boys, or like, oh, this is so cool, I love this, like, if I talk about fashion, or for clothes, or, like, maybe a dress.
Yeah.
I guess maybe because for her, like, religiously, she's like, oh, no, really? Or, not just religiously, but kind of like, I guess, just the mindset in general.
Yeah, she has a mindset that would be similar to a male mindset.
And so, let's say
Don't be mad that I said it, I'm sorry.
I know, sorry. But, as soon as I say something like, oh, I can do my own eyeliner, I can, I put on lip gloss and everything, I'm getting really good at it. Then, of course, it's kind of like I get this look like, oh, very nice for you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the weird
Congratulations on your accomplishment.
I think what I'm trying to say is, like, in this one, is that guys can sometimes be weird around you if you, I don't know, like, talk about something, or, because we all know when you talk to them about shoes or something, they're like, oh,
they're not interested.
Whatever, okay.
No, they just different interests. It lies. I think with women, we tend to make little things matter, and to them, it's like everything's cool. It's neutral, and then if it's a big deal, then it's gonna be something that's an actual issue or a problem. Issues. Actually, Ashley Armstrong said that as women, we use the word issue, and that it's very negative for a man to hear that. They shut down. So it's better to just tell them, hey, I'm having this problem. And then they feel like more they can resolve it. So it's one of those things, like they like resolving problems. And they like going from a beginning, middle, to an end. That's it. There's no in between. So the male mind is definitely different. And I think the biggest thing we can say is, not to close with it, but that as women we need to be more direct and honest.
Yeah.
Point blank. And don't pretend to be someone else.
Yeah.
Be yourself. Oh my God, I've done that.
It's never good to pretend.
It's never good. Oh my God. Let me tell you, no matter how much you try, like, if the person is not feeling you, they're not going to. I learned that the hard way. That's why I wear my hair natural now. Have you noticed?
Hey, natural hair is good. You are very pretty.
Thank you.
I just want to point that out to everyone because you are
you.
very pretty. You're welcome.
That's
and I mean it.
sweet.
Like,
Thank
isn't she beautiful, everybody?
Stop applauding. Thank you.
Hey. It's true though. You know, it's just.
I want to thank my mom and my dad for my looks.
Well, then again, because I've always had black hair all the time, so this is
Yes.
me blonde now.
Done by me, darling.
Yes, she's
Woo.
fabulous at it.
And
She
you're
did a good
gorgeous
job.
yourself. Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
just
we had a
never-
sister moment.
I know, but it's just, there are people who, because we know that there are people who don't appreciate it, or even
Oh, yeah.
if a girl changes for the least bit, as I told you about, like, for a guy,
Yeah.
or, I don't, like, maybe some men are happy with the change, some men are too obsessed with it, or some men just hate it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it leaves the woman thinking, then what's left for me to do anyway?
Yeah, it's like, what do I get out of this deal?
Yeah.
I'm changing. What about you?
I
You don't
know,
want to change. I didn't want to change. You feel me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. That's
But hey, girl power, man.
girl power.
See.
Fist
bump.
Fist bump.
Yeah.
Oh, right there. I'm like, hold on.
Oh my god.
Oh, anyway. But yeah, so what would be our closing statement? What can we... This is such a broad and complex just subcategories of
Yeah.
an issue or problem that we can talk for
Forever.
forever.
It's
Forever.
in general, for women, this is an ongoing issue for all of us.
Exactly.
For decades, generations,
Oh.
you name it.
Since the beginning of time.
Yes.
Oh,
Thank you, yes.
thank you, Jesus.
Or since the time I was born.
Oh, that was a long
Yeah.
time, though. That's a long time.
28 years, everybody. 28
Woo.
years.
Woo! Imagine what we have to go through when we have kids and get married. Oh my God, that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's why we have these books to read so that we can survive at marriage.
But I think also what I want to close with is that when it comes to marriage or what you want in general, make sure that you know what you want before
Yeah.
anything else happens. And that when you do get married, you know that things are going to be good because I wouldn't say totally lay down the law, but let's say you and the guy have an understanding.
Yeah.
So at least then you'll have an understanding before doing anything. Otherwise, you'll jump in and be like, oh, I didn't know I was going to do that, or you were going to do that first.
Exactly.
That was gonna
It
happen.
goes back to just being specific
Yeah.
and knowing what you want. This is what I want. This is what I don't want. I don't want to deal with this. This is okay.
Yeah.
And just and stick to your guns. That's the biggest thing. You need to stick to your
Yes.
guns. I'm just learning that. Oh, and it took years. Oh, I was a slave to the system, honey. That's all I'm going to say.
Weren't we all?
I was a slave to the system, and I'm not a slave anymore. I am free. Through Jesus Christ, I'm free. We are free, and we are going to be with people that are going to appreciate and love us. And anything else, anything less than that, bye. Bye, Felicia. That's what we're going to say.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you later, alligator.
See you later.
I don't think anyone says that anymore, but oh well.
Oh, well. Ta-ta.